Good morning. This is May 12th, FTH 223-52750. My name is Stephen Crow. This is the assignment number 3 for the Striker Fire course. So I've got a SAR USA B6 that is empty upon visual and physical inspection. And the first thing we're going to be doing with this is a dry function check. So to do a dry function check, first thing we do, like I just did, make sure it's clear, and then we'll just manipulate the firearm without any sort of ammunition in the feed source. So listening, feeling, and then mainly just watching to see if there's going to be any sort of holdups during the cycle of operation. So rack slide to the rear, hammer goes to the back, pull the trigger, hammer falls, everything seems to be functioning there just fine. And then pushing back again. The other thing we can do is a double action fire. Just pull that trigger, watch the hammer fall every time. Next thing we can do is a dry fire, or I'm sorry, a check with dummy rounds, which I have here. Throw those in. I'm going to do a press check real quick. Get it loaded. So, fire. And it loaded the next one. Fires. I got fed up there. Let's drop that. It's hard to do this whenever you're only you're used to shooting them, and then you don't rack it back fast enough like the weapon's intended and designed to do it. They get caught up. The other thing, and I don't know if anyone else has said it, I do not like the cuts that they put on this slide. I know it's probably for like aesthetic reasons. You can't really get enough purchase on the slide with your hand when you're racking it back until you get to this bump back here, or these slide serrations. But the frame is sticking out further than the slide is, so I mean I wind up just, I don't know, I don't have huge hands, but they're big enough that it's a problem, I guess. I don't know, it's just kind of weird for a full-size pistol to have some issues like that, but it's just my 2 cents on it. So to do a field strip on this weapon, pretty easy. Again, make sure it's safe, especially because we just ran through some rounds in there. So what I like to do, and I saw this on the video as well, so I kind of know about how far back I have to move this to get those dots to line up, so I do that with my left hand and take that mag and just push that pin right out. Now I can pull the pin out, a little bit of tension. Pull that pin out, slowly let it go forward. I'm able to break down into the different sub-assemblies. So I've got my slide, barrel, recoil spring, recoil guide, the pin, the sub-assembly of the lower frame, and some function checks on this that we can do. Grab a punch pin, punch rod. Check on all these moving parts, especially the firing spring. Don't push it in too far, or you'll eject that firing spring on accident. This ejector or the extractor moves like it's supposed to. Yep. And then here, the easiest way to do the sub-assembly to me is just, you can pull the trigger. I mean, you can watch all these parts interact with each other. Throw it on safe, try to pull it and watch it not go anywhere, because that safety's got that blocked off. And you can pull, pull, pull. You can rack it back for single action. You can do all that with that sub-assembly. So pretty fairly easy to check this weapon system, in my opinion, for the the sub-assemblies and the cycle of operations and how they work, because you can see it once you pull this all apart. I think that makes it really easy. Again, this is a super simple field strip weapon too, similar to a like a Glock or a Beretta. It's pretty, or an M9 Beretta, pretty easy. P320 also easy. I think 1911 is easy just because I've been doing it for so long, but it's got a couple more steps. But again, those are the basics of doing the field strip, working the sub-assemblies, and then doing a dry check, and then doing a check with dummy ammunitions. And then what I've got here is a drawing I did. I'm trying to hold it up to the camera of my measurements. Let me put some paper behind it so it'll be harder for that to see. There we go. So I've got my recoil guide there, and then I've also got the firing pin. Now, I know what an ejector is, but the manual for this gun does not state ejector anywhere on it. I just kind of thought that was weird. Thought I'd mentioned it. It's got extractor on there and all the different extractor assemblies, but nothing for the ejector, which is just, like I said, it's kind of odd, but maybe just something they overlooked. They also have a big statement on there that they reserve to the right to amend their schematic at any time, which is also kind of not the point of a schematic, but that's okay, I guess. Anyway, all right, thank you.